I would like to tell you about the questions and the answers, as gold is equally important. Like I'm talking about real emeralds, basically. If we talk about the quality of the stones, so we discuss in emeralds, we have to see the color of the emerald, the quality, how the emerald is, and then according to that, we try to ascertain the valuation. Valuation can be done in very forms like what is the clarity of the emerald, what is the color of the emerald, what mines they belong from. So when all the factors are equally good, then you can and it should be non-heat, non-treat. So ultimately, when we talk about the quality of the stones and the way, uh, investments in fact are much better than the investment in gold, as the appreciation of the stones are much more higher. When we talk about color stones, in particular, we talk about Burma rubies, which are on the highest standard of they are very rare. Basically, when a color stone is rare, then you should be able to buy it better, and rarity makes the valuation more better. I'm talking about equal standard of Burma ruby. Like I've got one of the few stones which are very high quality and high standards. If we talk about a Burma ruby, which is on the quality of the pigeon split red color, just see the quality of the stone here. So we discuss a stone which is, and this small stone worth is in fact worth around 2 lakh rupees. So in a way, if we talk about a gold piece and we talk about a color stone, 100% color stones are much better investments than any other investment in the world. In fact, we talk about diamond jewelry also. Diamond jewelry comes downward than the color stones. And today, color stones are being auctioned also all over the world. So the best way of having a collection of formation is buying either emeralds, either you can buy a fantastic blue sapphire. Like, just let me give you a fine necklace, which we made in a blue necklace and blue sapphires. So these are non-heat, non-treat sapphires. Just see the quality of the settings and the stones. So when we talk about the quality and the stones, then the standard is that it's rare. You know, it's this. In fact, this piece in itself is worth approximately 25 to 30 lakhs. So I mean, it is how you can go about it. We can talk about Colombian emeralds. Like I just got a necklace of Colombian emeralds. Just see the quality of the colors. So the colors are very important here. When we talk about the fineness of the colors of the Colombian emeralds, the colors of the Burma sapphires, that's what makes a gem important. And gems are always considered moreover as rare pieces. They are rare to find, they're rare to get, and that is one of the reasons you should always try to invest in gemstones. You should. That's one of the reasons you should want to buy about it. And we are talking about basic other standards of the stones also, which are like fine spinels. We can talk about the Burma spinels. I'm talking about the stones of high standard of spinel rubies. You know, these are also like high fine qualities. We talk about the old Panchir mines emeralds, which are very high standard of quality, and the pieces like rarity to the sense of just see the color of the piece itself. You know, it's the luster and all. It won't be as visible in itself, but the quality and the standard are very good. Formations, knowingly as colors. And if we talk about the gold jewelry has another concept. I mean, you know, the gold jewelry is basically into metal formations. Color stones are into rarities. We can talk about a rare stone, which is always from the Mother Earth. You don't get a lot of stones together. So when we talk about a color stone, so it always is associated to the rarity of the piece. So that is one of the reasons, like the investments when we do in the color stones, we are never making a mistake. You should. We are always in love with that piece, and basically, it is how you want to invest in that kind of a position. So these are my certain aspects as a jeweler, where you should always try to at least buy some of one or two pieces of color stone, see how the effect comes, and the investment values also are always there. We have always invested since my business is in generations. We have been always seeing and developing new kind of stones. I've seen a lot of gems in my life, so I want the world also to know that color stone investment is supposed to be very high standards of investments, and that's what you should think about. So these are my little brief definitions of what I really wanted to explain in this show. And definitely, it is a pleasure for me to be with you. And thank you so much. Um, yeah, just one moment. Yeah. So I just got one of the two more pieces. I can just show you some stones which are, as per the quality, is very good. So we have just got some stones to show as colors and the quality, and definitely the styles of the sections of the stones. Like this is a yellow sapphire, this is a fine quality of emerald. All these are Burma rubies together. So I'm just trying to show you a little quality levels where you should think of investment points. I mean, these are the stones to have. The Burma rubies. I've just got one of the few fine quality of Burma ruby. This is what I will talk about as a fine pigeon's blood ruby. We talk about one of the finest. In fact, just see this sapphire, which is so beautiful. I'll just show you this sapphire, which is a Jammu sapphire. Jammu sapphire is supposed to be the best in the world. So just have a look at this Jammu sapphire. Just see this. So this is a very high quality standard of Jammu sapphire. So we can go about buying this piece, which is important. So this is one of the sections which I can talk about. We can, this is again a standard of Burma sapphire, which is important. Just see this. It's a little lighter in color. Jammu sapphires are more stronger. This is a little lighter in color, but it's also a very fine quality of a stone, which you should really think about. Sapphires are in fact are becoming more and more rarer. Burma rubies are becoming more and more rarer. So everything in gemstones is dependent on the luster and the rarity of the piece. So this is my always first hand advice, that whenever you want to buy a piece, you should think about taking the quality, the standard, the clarity of the piece. You should have, when you see the piece, you should immediately you enjoy that piece. Basically, that's what I'm saying. And when you talk about, and then you can put that stone in a pendant, in some kind of a stops. You can wear it in a necklace. So these are the formations, and 100% you will never go wrong about your investment points, because as per my my personal business experience, the gold jewelry has the appreciation in the color stones is highly more better than any other appreciation anywhere I've seen in my jewelry formations. Because whatever I bought myself 10 years back, the appreciation is like approximately like, we can say 50 times extra in terms of the quality of the style, some of the stones which we're talking about. So tanzanites are also very important stones. Tanzanite alexandrite is a very important stone to have. You can have a fine, important is the lal ladis. The old lal ladis were the Mughal spinels, the Mughal beads, which were very important to have. So the lal ladis also, we are talking about the old Mughal spinels. So these are also very high investment points where you can put your money there. You can put your money in old spinels. You can put your money, again, the same question. You can put the money in Burma rubies, the Jammu sapphires, or maybe the Burma sapphires. You can do Colombian emeralds, Zambian emeralds, Panjshir emeralds. So these are 3-4 points as pointers where you can really, as a guidance, where you can think of buying the jewelry. Because in precious, I think all the 3 stones are important in gems. So these are the main points. And last of it, like, you can have emerald strings as gemstones. So strings are also equally important. You can wear a mala out of it. You can wear a string with, you can have 2 beads and wear it as earrings. So that's also a very important investment point. So these are the things which you can really think to have and do. So I think, thank you so much for calling me for this. It's a very small debate, but definitely I wanted to tell you about the gems, that they are important investments. Your money cannot go anywhere, because all the point is like gold is still as a metal available. But when we talk about gems, they are rare and they are not always available, and sometimes gems are auctioned at a very high price than you bought also previously. It's like buying a painting in sometimes, and then it's auctioned for a very high price. So it is very similar. If it's a rare piece, if it's a rare gem, then your prices cannot go wrong, so your investments are always secured, and as well you will get some appreciation, which is very important to it. So this is how a lot of people all over the world, even if they're the highest standards, I'm talking about my clients, they will moreover invest in gems rather than invest in gold also. I mean, simultaneously, they will want to buy a very fine quality of a 3 carat ruby, or maybe a very fine quality of a sapphire. In fact, all the engagement rings to get today also what we are creating are being made in rubies, in sapphires, in emeralds. A lot of personal attachments has been going. Diamond is only for a certain time. It is only like De Beers only created that kind of hype, as diamond is only for engagements. But in engagements, you can wear very high quality of gemstones. Diamonds again are readily available in the market. Your gemstones are very rare to get. You don't get to see the gemstones very easy and often. So ultimately, gemstones are the only, according to me, one of the best investments you can always think about. Again, information is very much available in any forms. You can go and search about the quality of the stones, which is always available. And you should come to a normal a person as an expert jeweler, where you can take his advice, his expert advice, his guarantees towards what he's selling you, and then start putting some money in gemstones. Definitely the confidence of yours will be increased. You will enjoy that. The confidence relatively will be more higher. So 100% you will be able to inculcate that kind of a feeling to buy more stones. More, your money will be 100% going in those directions, and you will want to buy more of the stones and the color stones, because the appeal of the stones, when you talk about, it's like very fine feeling towards possessing one stone than anything else. I mean, I will always place a gem or a color stone better than any other forms of jewelry, in any way. So we are also creating a lot of jewelry with gems. Basically, my main forte is to create jewelry with fine quality of gemstones, with fine emeralds, with fine putting rubies and sapphires, and yes, diamonds too. What we do, in which we can do just normal gold and fine ruby string. That also looks very good. So these are the ways of putting your jewelry and buying it also. So this is why this session was made, as to really make you that, give you that confidence that it is okay to buy gemstones, it is okay to buy color stones, provided you should have to buy the right piece and the right quality. So the quality has to be important here. So this is my only advice, and thank you so much, and thank you PopExo for inviting me to join this session. And I am Vinay Gupta from Sri Paramani Jewels, and we are in this trade for last 200 years. Thank you so much.